Hey everyone! Today I have a big exciting announcement. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. The announcement is that I have found a new job.
My name is Angela and I'm a visually impaired designer.
I have been job hunting actively since June 2021 and even longer, just kind of passively looking at listings and seeing what's out there, networking and talking to people to see if I could find a job that was what I was looking for. There are two main reasons why I wanted to start looking for a new job. One, I need to start paying my student loans off, and I'm currently not making enough money to be able to sustain paying monthly payments for my student loans, so I needed a new job that paid more. And two, I wanted to find a job that was more closely related to my dream job of doing accessibility and design combined. Currently, I am a UX designer, and I can incorporate some things that have to do with accessibility and inclusive design. However, it's not on a daily basis. So I was looking for a position where it was always something that I was working on a daily basis, and it could be a main focus. I could help teach other designers and people within the company that I'm in so that I could be more involved with increasing the amount of inclusive design and accessibility that is happening. This has been a long journey. As you can imagine, there aren't a lot of positions that are currently available for doing accessibility and design, even though obviously there should be a lot more. I think there's progress being made and more people are more aware of it, and it's becoming more of a thing that people are focusing on. So I really didn't want to take a new job unless I felt really great about it being accessibility and design together. My first step in the process of finding a new job was really honing in on my portfolio and making sure that my portfolio reflected what I wanted in a job. So I put in all my projects that I focused on accessibility. I highlighted things about accessibility in those projects so that the people who were going to interview me were very aware and had no questions about my interest and passion about accessibility and inclusive design. I did a lot of looking at different positions and listings for jobs. However, I really was kind of picky because of my requirements that I was hoping to meet. And so I really only applied for probably 5 to 10 jobs. And then from there, I continued looking and networking with people. I did a lot of talking to people and networking to see if I could find a company that was looking for someone who really valued accessibility and inclusive design. I ended up getting interviews with 3 different companies, and 2 of those were just through networking. I didn't actually end up applying for the jobs until after I had my first interview with them. And 2 of those 3 jobs, I ended up having 3 interviews with them, and I was in talks with them about potentially being hired with them. I actually had both of these companies reach out to me and tell me that they were really interested in my approach with accessibility and design, but they weren't exactly sure how it was going to fit in with their current structure of their teams. And so both of them went and said they were going to work on how the structure of their teams were working and how I might better fit in, and even create new job listings just for me for a new position that they kind of made a hybrid out of after talking with me, which I thought was pretty cool, that I was making an impact on some companies and making them rethink maybe what they wanted and how they could really achieve their goals of being more inclusive and making things accessible. This did present some problems and issues with it. It made it so I had to kind of wait for them to work things out. They took quite a bit of time and they weren't exactly sure what they were doing. There was a lot of me waiting around hoping that something would work out, but I wasn't sure if it would. And while I was hopeful that it would work out, I still wasn't quite sure, and I was approaching the time when I'd have to start paying my student loans, and I was getting a little bit nervous about that. So I was a little worried that I was going to have to start applying for jobs that weren't specifically about accessibility and design, and maybe I could find a better position where they valued my opinion on it, but maybe I wasn't going to be able to do it on a daily basis. However, in the end, one of these 2 companies really worked out well for me, and I'm now going to be starting with them. A question I get asked quite often is if I'm discriminated against for my visual impairment during the process of finding a job. And this time around, when finding a job, this was not an issue for me because I have been so open and I've made it a positive and an asset for the type of job that I'm looking for. It's really centric to what I want to do with helping other people and making designs work for people who have disabilities. It was really a positive asset. And so this time around, it was not the case. However, in the past, I have been discriminated against when applying for jobs. All right, so let's now talk about my new position and what that will look like. So I'm excited because my new job will be similar to my current job where I get to work from home 3 days a week, and then the other 2 days I will go into the office and commute so that I can be around my coworkers and we can do some of the things that are easier to do in person. I really love this setup, and so I'm excited that I'll be able to continue doing this moving forward with my new position. When you've seen this video, I will have put in my 2 weeks notice. And so at my current job, I will finish off 2 more weeks of that job so I can help them wrap things up and get it passed off to the next people. And then I will start my new job on December 13th. So the company I will be working for, it will be the type of setup where it's a design firm or agency where people give us projects to work on and then we'll work on those. And I've been doing UX design for the last 2 years and I've really enjoyed it. Before that, I was doing graphic design. I decided to try out a UX design job to see if I liked it and how focused it is on the users and being able to test things with people and how it works with the users. And I really like that aspect. However, my new position is kind of interesting because I'll be doing a mixture of graphic design projects and also UX design projects. And I really am excited about this because I do miss doing some graphic design projects. However, I want to be able to keep up my experience with UX design, and so I'm excited for kind of the combination of types of projects. There is one other accessibility designer who's been hired, and they will work on one side of the company and I'll focus on the other one, and I'll be able to get to work with other designers and make sure that they're making things accessible and inclusive for our users or our audience. I'll really be able to be that voice or advocate for accessibility, and I'll be a checkpoint where I can make sure that things are working well for accessibility. I'm super excited because we also have someone working on our team who is an accessibility specialist who really focuses on the technicalities, following the laws and making sure everything works well for that, and just making sure that everything is being done how it really should be done properly. I really value when people have people who can really make sure that these things are working because it's just such an important thing, and so that makes me excited. And I'm excited to learn a lot of things from this person who does the technical stuff because I do want to learn those skills as well moving forward. And I feel like this is a great opportunity for me to learn stuff at my job, and then I can bring that back to you in my community and teach you and other designers what needs to be done. And so we can kind of expand that and teach others and make it so that hopefully there are more people doing things to make things accessible and inclusive in their designs. There's still so much that I need to learn and so many things that I'm gonna be learning in my new position that I'm so excited for the opportunity. I'm excited to take you along on the journey. I'm hoping to do a video on my first day or week at my new position and kind of telling you how things are going and just share with you what happens and how I like it. If you have any suggestions of videos you would like to see specifically or things that you want to ask me about it, feel free to leave in the comments below and I would be happy to answer any questions or make a video on topics that you all are interested in hearing about. If you want to follow me on my journey of this new job, then make sure you subscribe to my channel below and turn on the notification bell, and then you can see all the fun videos that I put out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up so I know you like this one and I can make more in the future like this one. Thank you so much for watching and all the support and love that you give to me. And I'm super excited to move forward into my new position. I hope that you all have a fantastic week. Bye!